Hello everyone and welcome for this how to paint rusts with pigment tutorial only for Patreon. So thank you all my boss to support me on Patreon. On this video I'm going to show you how I use pigments and put directly on the minis. That's some of my first try about pigment, but it's pretty interesting and that changed a lot. And don't hesitate to try. That's a very good experience. So at the beginning I start with red brown pigment, and as you can see I just going to put that directly with a little bit of water into some recesses to create this rust effect. After that the water is going out and the rust effect is going to be there in something like some few minutes. So you just have after you have put the pigment on the very small surfaces, you just have to wait. That's going to dry, and then when it's dry the rust effect is pretty good. So after that, when I put my pigment I wait a little bit and I can come back with more pigment, or just with my brush and some water in my brush to clean and to have some more fine and details surface. For example, if my line is a little bit too large, I will come from the two sides of this line to clean just with a little bit water in my brush, but I will show you that after in the tutorial. As you can see, for the moment I just put pigment on some few parts to create a big and large effect. So you can see in the previous special Patreon video, you can see how I do the OSL effects and the copper. And now I come back with some orange pigments. You can use the pigments the more strong you have in orange. That can be pretty good. And I put this into the surface I already reached with my previous pigment. And you need to put this in some small recesses, but you need to have a good intensity to have a focus on this part. After I'm going to put this pigment, I will come back with just my brush and a little bit water in my brush to clean and to remove pigment from some parts to create a more realistic effect. The pigment is pretty interesting because it's totally matte, so it's going to create a contrast between my different elements. So I am going to have on this miniature some very gloss, some parts will be totally gloss, a little bit, some parts is going to be matte, and some parts, the one with the pigment, is going to be extremely matte. So that's a very interesting point. And as you can see, to have a more thin line, I come back just with a brush and water, and every time I use a brush and water I'm going to clean that again to have something more and more fine and detailed. As you can see, I'm going to make the same things on a lot of surfaces, and more I do it. You can try this method at the beginning on a tank or something very large and huge. It will be very more easy, and step by step you can make it on very smaller and smaller model. Thanks again for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't hesitate to put a comment to give me your opinion about this tutorial, and give me if you have any answer, don't hesitate. And the best and the most important, find time to paint. See you guys.